in your garage in Grand Theft Auto, you own that Lambo. Not, whether it's worth whatever amount of money or not, you have the ownership of it. You can transfer ownership of that in-game asset. That's what an NFT kind of really comes down to. Not just the interoperability of using an in-game asset in one game in another, but just having that ownership and the ability to transfer ownership of that asset.
Gotcha.
Love it, love it, love it. All right, guys, you are watching Crypto Mondays VR. I got none other than Kenn Bosak, CEO of NFTs, right here on the stage with me. Here with you guys in blockchain universe, virtual worlds where we host events and keep a community of early adopters together, educating each other about what's going on here in the crypto space as it's ever adopting every single day. Welcome, Kenn. Thanks for showing up. Can you get the audiences how you got into cryptocurrencies and how you found NFTs, brother?
Yeah, I got into Bitcoin in 2015. I went all in 2016. I started getting my paycheck direct deposit in Bitcoin. You can do this too. The company's called BitWage. You just get an account number, a routing number. If you get a direct deposit from your job, you just can give them that account number, that routing number, and you can just get paid in Bitcoin. So since 2016, that's all I've been using is crypto. I don't really use fiat unless I have to in the moment. With NFTs and stuff, I got in pretty early with the whole like crypto kitties stuff. I got some Gen Zeros, Gen 1 kitties. I never got into breeding. I was just a collector, like kind of like, if I could go back in time as an adult, I probably wouldn't play Pokemon, but I definitely would collect them as, an investment vehicle. So I kind of looked at these, NFTs in 2017, like the crypto kitties and stuff, as those investment vehicles. I wasn't really going to use them. I just wanted to make sure I at least had some, just in case, like, there's a potential Charizard moment or something 2.0. And then as it kind of grew, it went from just like being these crypto kitty things to like real in-game utility. And in 2019, it kind of grew to the point, where we were in New York City at a conference called NFT NYC, and there was maybe 40 companies working on NFTs, and I have never seen a room full of people, that many people working on non-fungible, utility, like in-game assets, things that are like scarce and have, utility, not things that are vaporware or looking to do crowdfunding, but like, hey, this game exists. You can play, Splinterlands, or you can go to Upland and all these things. And I was just like, wow, like the space is really blowing up. 2020, I guess a lot of people think, this is where NFTs kind of just started to exist or just became a thing, is in 2020. But for somebody like me, I've been looking at NFTs for the past 4 years, waiting and waiting patiently, kind of having that vision of like, these have that potential of being like, the next version of Pokemon cards or, collectibles in that sense. And I saw outside of that, being able to have like, the title of your car, will be an NFT. You can't sell me.
You're going really far into it. I definitely want to get to that point, but let's summarize it for some of the people that gets what you're saying. It's similar to like Pokemon cards, collectibles. If you're not a Pokemon fan, maybe you're about like baseball or basketball trading cards, and you may have collected
that's the thing,
those
though. It
in the days.
doesn't just have to be like in-game assets or game stuff or any. It doesn't. An NFT isn't just like an in-game asset. It's just a non-fungible token that represents something. It could represent your Lamborghini, your house, or it could represent, your sword in a video game. It can be much more than just that. So I don't want people to limit that perspective of what an NFT is to just being like a digital collectible or virtual art or an in-game asset. There's already NFTs that represent buildings in New York City.
Yeah, I mean, it's more so just a matter of creating an economy around whatever digital asset it is that you want to tokenize. So whether, like you said, you want to tokenize your Lamborghini, I heard somebody tell me recently that they were looking to tokenize their YouTube channel and be able to essentially lease out their YouTube channel with their thousands of followers. I found that quite interesting. I met a lady a couple of weeks ago doing an interview, and she tokenizes shoes. So she'll buy shoes, customize it, and then resell it as an NFT. And I think that's pretty
Right.
interesting. I've seen artists that sell physical art pieces, and those are
Yeah,
NFTs that
exactly.
have their
Physical
own
stuff.
economy behind it.
Yeah, even how Mark Cuban kind of got into the space where if you bought one of his NFTs, he would make you a personalized, NFT. So it's like if you went to Cameo and got a Cameo by Mark Cuban, you don't really like own that, even though you bought it. Buying something and owning something are very different. If you go to Cameo and you buy a Mark Cuban Cameo shout out, yeah, he can say happy birthday or whatever, but then you can go to his Rarible, you could buy an NFT, and when he creates that NFT shout out video or whatever and sends it to you, you didn't only buy it, you own it, meaning that you can resell or transfer that ownership. It has scarcity that is, on a public ledger. This is a one of one Mark Cuban shout out video. It's like almost going to some kind of like Comic Con and getting a celebrity to sign something generically where it just says, thank you for your support, Will Shatner. And it does, he's like, hey, don't write my name because you want to resell that on eBay. You don't want it to be too personalized.
Yeah. So it's a varying space. I love that it's just started as, I think, what, Pepe memes and, like you said, crypto kitties, and it's kind of grown and evolved from there. And I guess we can really get down into the nitty gritty details of it all, just educating people kind of how NFTs work. So let's break down the three different protocols of NFTs, because we keep talking about how there's so many different types. What are the three different protocols, at least under Ethereum standards?
So there's the ERC 721, the 1155, and what the heck is the other one?
ERC 20.
ERC 20, 721, and 1155.
Yep.
So the ERC 20s are tokens. ERC 721s are like the non-fungibles, which basically a one-to-one, one is worth one of whatever, the fungible one. So like if you have an ERC 20, like a Uniswap coin, one Uniswap is worth one Uniswap. But if you have an ERC 1155 or 721, that one CryptoKitty isn't necessarily equal to another CryptoKitty because they are very different, even though they are both CryptoKitty tokens.
Different characteristics, different styles, different looks. They might both be the same thing, but they're different things of the same thing. So just different protocols. And then the other one that he was bringing up, 1155, that's more gaming, where you can have different attributes to it.
I kind of call them fungible, non-fungible. You know what I mean, bro? Because like the 1155s don't really necessarily care about the mint numbers. So like, if there's 10 swords in a game and they're using 1155 NFTs, oh, my computer froze, sorry, necessarily doesn't mean that the one sword will be better or worse than the other. If it's a ERC 11 or ERC 721, the mint number, which sword in particular, will matter. But the 1155s, one sword equals one sword. It won't matter which one in particularly.
And I believe with the 721s, it also matters if if anybody's here ever traded Pokemon or basketball cards, and maybe you got one of 21. If you have the one, that's way better than having like the 7th or the 12th or the 21st one of that series, right?
Right. It's kind of looking at the baseball cards, right? You wanted that Ken Griffey rookie card or whatever, right? Like everybody wanted that Babe Ruth first edition Topps card, right? Like that was the first Babe Ruth card. That's basically like mint one, right? Like that first series, that first edition. But now imagine if you knew which one came off the printing press in what order. And now you could know without a doubt that you have the very first Babe Ruth card that came off the printing press, not just one of the Babe Ruth cards that came off the printing press, but exactly which one.
And you can know that based off that same verifiable system that Bitcoin's on, called the blockchain. So let's talk a little bit about that verification system between, verifying NFTs on Ethereum versus they don't probably don't even know the other places that you can get NFTs, like your favorite NFT homeland, Wax. Can you break down the difference between Ethereum, Wax, and maybe other platforms?
Hmm. I guess I mean, the marketplaces and blockchains and different like ways that you can create NFTs are very different. So, Ethereum, they have their NFTs. You have to pay gas to send them to people and even pay gas to create them. With Wax, it's a little bit different. They use RAM instead of gas. They're using the EOS blockchain instead of the Ethereum blockchain. That's one of the slight differences is it's a lot cheaper to use Wax NFTs, create them, send them. There's other blockchains as well, like Phantasma, which has come onto my radar really recently. They have a Ghost
Yeah.
Marketplace.io. What a lot of their NFTs that they have done is they've basically gamified their NFTs, putting NFTs inside of NFTs with other cryptos inside of them. And you can kind of make like this rushing nesting doll NFT. And
That's
right now I'm
interesting. I want to come
seeing
back to
musicians using
Phantasma.
that.
I definitely want to come back to Phantasma. So just breaking it down for everybody real quick, he did a great job explaining the difference between Ethereum's platform. They have on Ethereum, it's as a platform itself, and then there's many different NFT platforms within Ethereum. So, I think Phantasma is also running on Ethereum, correct?
I believe so.
Yep. So
No, wait,
Phantasma's on Ethereum,
they're their own
Wearables on
blockchain.
Ethereum,
Phantasma's its
Super
own
Rare.
blockchain.
Which one? Oh, Phantasma's its own. Okay, I'm gonna have to look into that one. I know I've heard of them, but I haven't done too much research on Phantasma. Having that whole nesting egg, we'll talk about that in a second. But basically, with Ethereum, you got like Super Rare, if I'm not mistaken, was the first big NFT platform. OpenSea. There's a lot of different platforms that you guys can look into and understand all of the different Ethereum platforms. But like he said, gas is just too damn high. I don't know how many people here have tried to buy or trade or transfer anything on Ethereum, but gas just keeps going up and up. And I saw a great video recently. If anybody gets the chance, look up a great YouTuber called Find Maddox. He's been doing a fantastic job doing those kind of videos where he's like drawing out and describing something. And he did a great job describing why gas is so high. And this is Ethereum gas, not like oil gas. There's a mechanism built into the code to be able to prevent people from boggling down the system and, creating like a bottleneck. So I think it's really interesting why Ethereum has such high gas fees, but really looking forward to the next advancement of Ethereum, which would hopefully get rid of that issue of really high gas fees. And then you can compare that entire platform to the other platform that Kenn was talking about that he utilizes the most, called Wax, which, as he said, is running on the EOS blockchain. Not as high up on the hierarchy as Ethereum and like Bitcoin, but definitely making some great moves. And you said that theirs is running more so on RAM. Can you break that one down? I'm not so well versatile at breaking down how the whole infrastructure for EOS works.
EOS is a virtual computer. So how their blockchain works is that instead of gas on Ethereum, the RAM is kind of that like replacement for the bandwidth that you're using on the blockchain. They also have CPU and GPU that you can stake your Wax to, and then you can earn Wax by staking it to the ecosystem, providing CPU power to that. So basically, RAM, you stake your Wax. You don't have to actually necessarily buy it or pay for like gas. Gas is like money spent, gone. Buying RAM on Wax in order to like, use their blockchain on EOS, you just stake a couple Wax to it. And if you're ever kind of like done using, the blockchain, you're like, all right, I don't have any more NFTs. I don't plan on using this. You can unstake that. You can basically sell your RAM and get that Wax back. Maybe not the exact amount or whatever, but whatever the volatility being, you'd be able to get something back for it. So
would you essentially equivocate to what's lost as like a fee?
Right, exactly. It's just due to the volatility of of what you spent at the time for the RAM.
Love the breakdown and really appreciate having you here describing the differences between Ethereum and EOS, as well as the difference between the platforms under Ethereum that sell NFTs, as well as Wax, which sells EOS NFTs. Is there anything that you're looking forward to, and like what are you looking to do with NFTsforsale.com?
So yeah, I just wanted to put out like a comparison real quick again to wrap things up with the Wax and Wax, EOS, or Ethereum like NFTs. I look at like the Ethereum NFT space as the art museum, or the the very bougie gallery for digital goods. And I look sort of at like Wax and what they're doing with as like gift shops, to that art museum. So, artists are starting to, look at Wax. I'm seeing more use it that are coming from Ethereum, and their high-end art, the stuff that takes them, weeks to create, they put on Ethereum. But some of the stuff that they could make in a day, I've seen them throw up on Wax, and that's sort of lower priced. So it's like a really good way to have versatility as an artist or a creator if you're using NFTs. Sort of look at Ethereum like that, more high-end art museum place to put like high-end premium quality stuff. And then again, you can look at Wax as something that you could use as like, that gift shop, Teespring kind of, odds and ends kind of a thing as a digital artist. And then you can look at it as a collector in the same retrospect, going to Ethereum, buying art there would be like buying a piece of art from the Louvre. It's high quality due to production value. The production cost of using Ethereum goes into the account of the asset. So you have to think like this artist used a very expensive piece of, parchment and a very expensive canvas, really quality paint. That's why it costs so much to mint that NFT on Ethereum. It's a production cost. Something like Wax, because anybody can do it. It costs nearly zero. Anybody could spam, crap onto, the Wax NFT space, and they won't cost anything. So it kind of has like that cheaper quality of production value to that sense. So just, it's something to look at it as somebody who may not know what, an NFT is or whatever. The difference to kind of go into it is Ethereum is an art museum. Wax and other things are kind of like gift shops.
Makes sense, brother. It's always great having you here with your wisdom. Guys, we're going to have a Kenn here again. What's going on, buddy? Going to be breaking down for conversations in just a second. Just want to wrap it up for the live stream.
Sounds good, man.
Let everybody know that we're going to be back here next Sunday with Kenn. We're going to have basically the launch party for this world. This is kind of the test run. I'm noticing some little things that need to be fixed here and there before Sunday. So make sure you guys are here for Sunday. I believe we set for what time? Like 7 p.m. on Sunday?
It was 8 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. Yeah, and I'll be giving away NFTs to people and stuff. So I have a bunch of NFTs that I got to give away. So
awesome. So make sure you guys are here. Come get some free NFTs. Have a good time, and learn about this space some more. Glad that you guys all showed up. Glad you guys are watching this live stream. Hope to see you here in Alt Space with us next time. We host events every single day of the week, starting it back up. This is Crypto Mondays every Monday at 8:30 from now on Eastern time. Tomorrow we'll be back here. Going to be starting up a new event. Going to call it Traverse the Cryptoverse, where I'll be playing different blockchain games and educating you guys about what's going on in that space. So check me out here tomorrow again at 8:30 Eastern time. And until then, I'm going to go ahead and close the live stream so we can mingle and talk more about NFTs. Thank you so much again, Kenn. Can you let the audience know where they can find you?
Yeah, go to nftforsale.com. I don't have anything done with it yet. It's just a forward, but yeah, go to nftforsale.com and have a day.
And they can find you on Twitter?
No, I'm held on Twitter, but if you want to follow my backup account, it's CEO of NFTs. But Jack Dorsey sent me an email, told me if he finds out that I'm using Twitter, they're going to ban that account. So I probably won't have it long.
Because
I'm banned on Twitter for life.
You control the
that's so trash.
I got a lifetime suspension, so no matter what I do, I'm not allowed to use it.
They said we'll talk about that.
They said
Give
that
me
I
one second.
was,
Let me close the stream before you break
misleading.
down why you got
Yeah.
kicked off. Real quick, you can also find him on Telegram, t.me/Kenn Bosak, right?
Yes, that's the best way to get a hold of me is in Telegram. If you guys want to earn crypto, all you have to do is join my Telegram. Everybody that joins earns crypto
Want some
every
crypto?
time they send a message. So there's people stacking dust
I have
right
some
now, which is
Bitcoin
used to
then.
buy NFTs. So
Ethereum.
if you guys want to get coins that you can use to buy NFTs with, and all you have to do is just engage with a community, go to t.me/Kenn Bosak and
We
sync
never
your
spoke
Wax wallet,
before.
and you'll be
never see
earning
me.
crypto every time you engage with somebody.
Capiche?
Do it. Join his Telegram. Come and join us tomorrow as well as on Sunday when Kenn comes back. And we
have
will
a
see
lot of
you guys
questions to
next
make.
time. Thanks for joining us. Ending the stream.
Great.